So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yes? That gadget. Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon. Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you? I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered, and the Ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it! Alright, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, not one alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real, modern-day Robin Hood. I love how dramatic she gets. Kay's fun. It seems there are other things besides. Yeah, Kay is so good. It seems there are other things besides what the Ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well. I mean, it's obviously... Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show that I was not told about? I mean, obviously, the fireplace was used. This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I have been constantly checking that chimney. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. Like, look at this. A fireplace, huh? So Babelle's office have them too. Oh wait, I've already seen this text. However, we found something there that I would never recall again. Yeah, I've already seen this. They just keep giving me the text and now this time they won't even let me skip past it. Alright, let's see. There are papers. So Babelle is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? Yes, it would appear that way. No, I know. What? Why aren't they letting me do this? You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jabbin' Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. Irony is dead. So is sarcasm. Alright, so we have this kind of odd. But by this time, the Prima Duck statues had been swapped, right? They must have been, as this one is covered in soot. What lousy timing! And just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too! It would have been better if I had stolen it, then for it to get caught up in that fire. Okay, I don't understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. No, she's gonna steal everything. So, Kay or Maya, who is better? That's a difficult one. Like I said, it's really difficult to compare the stuff in investigations to the stuff in the main games because there's so much more content. This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire. Though I will say Maya felt like she didn't help a lot because she was constantly possessed. Like in every trial, she was channeling a spirit, so she kind of sometimes felt like a non-entity in the actual trials. According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Yeah, Kay definitely does more work. She's more help in, like, the solving stuff. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something? Ambassador Palliano, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure. Go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the inside of this clock. Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was the long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Maybe this was used to make something look like it was flying? Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Paleno that put the wire in there. Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. Whenever I hear of wire, and this is gonna sound gruesome, but it makes me think of, like, you know, you guys know R.L. Stine, the Goosebumps guy? Well, he also made, like, teen, older people, like, books, and one of them, like, I remember, talks about a person who lost their head to piano wire, and it's all I can think of. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Wait, I've already heard this. No! They're gonna make me go through it all again. No. What are other people's opinions on K versus Mile? Or for Blue Bulls, I know you haven't seen that game. What's your opinion on, like, K versus Trucy? That looks like a very comfortable chair. Why won't they let me skip through the same dialogue? First, they won't let me talk from the desk. Now they're not letting me skip dialogue. That's a fair answer. Understandable. Oh my goodness, this is all the same text. You know, Blue Bulls, a suggestion. If I know you have the first 3 games, if you ever play it, I could definitely help with that. Could have, like, a streaming party on your channel. It looks like one of the Bobbly's knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem, especially since the other 2 knife handles were burned away. Yeah, I mentioned that before. The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. Yeah, both Trucy and Kay, they're both super cool. And Babel's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babel, don't you think? Yeah, I would definitely be totally willing to help. I'm not sure if I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babel's woes. Guess I can look at the fire now? These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Palliano saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Hey, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor. Until the Yatagarzu appeared and caused a stir in Babel, I suppose. I guess Mr. Palliano was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could... my voice. Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Kochen's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, the person who came into this room before you and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the flames green? I think it's the pamphlets. Well, whatever it is the person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Are we talking about the lantern? Or are we talking about the ink? I'm gonna show the lantern. This silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the white crystal oil that's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. Like green with envy. I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by white crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from white crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Peleno was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Okay, this is like way too easy. I'll explain it to you in every way that even you can understand. This is just recap. This is just like making sure you paid attention. Babaly's ink is made from wet crystal oil. I did present the oil. It's too late. I didn't present the oil, I presented the ink. I can't present oil. Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babaly's ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Kochen used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know Mr. Kochen was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink— oh, I'm so sorry, there's lag. I can't do much about that. Hopefully it fixes itself. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. Heh. It would appear that I've finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Well, I'm assuming they're referring to the money? What would it assume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Shangfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Kochen who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babel's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Kochen had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes. And I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you'll need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Kochen and concealed his crime. or they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. So, are we saying that this was actually maybe the bills? Or maybe not? What else am I supposed to be looking at? And it was Babali's ink that Mr. Go-chan was smuggling in mass quantities. Clearly, the culprit started the fire to burn away the proof of that smuggling activity. Yes, maybe chimney now. Is it chimney time? No, it's not chimney time. They're not letting me look at the chimney. You could tell because the inside wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to this safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promises of treasure within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. Maybe I have to talk to him? No. Maybe Gumshoe? Detective, you took part in the initial Babel investigation, correct? Yup, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. That first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. At first I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. You never use an elevator during a fire. That's fire safety 101. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burned to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh? Maybe somebody wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarazu that came into the Babalese embassy at all? Yeah, I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. Alright, so now we get some info. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarazu was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babel, which caused some panic. So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarazu that entered Babel? Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's enough to make a positive ID, you know. Still, it wasn't enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat? Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarazu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication. A shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarazu that appeared in Babel is also suspect. He can't be serious! Wow, what? Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto U, I doubt she's gonna... I have so many doubts. They're like hammering in that it's Callisto U, that it makes me want to doubt it. Like, I'm backing up and I'm like, So the Yatagarazu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed killed Mr. Ko-chan, then disappeared. I mean, I don't mind it being long though, it's the conclusion case, so I'm kind of fine with this. I'm just kind of cursing my hubris at thinking I would finish it tonight. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarazu? I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and was lost for a while there. You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective? Eek. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh? Is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Coach Hen's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. Gumshoe, the hero. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon. Gumshoe should always be appreciated. Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. Yeah, I think I have to finish this. At least I want to finish up this investigation. Then I'll see what I do. Well, just before I got... Ooh, that's interesting. Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarazu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fires. That's odd. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarazu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. She also might be a murderer now. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? We've examined everything in this office, but there is one more thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palliano about it. Ambassador Palliano, there is something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Ah, that's right. You've also paid... I know, it's taking very long to get to the chimney. But patience, 90410-505. We'll get there soon. You've also paid a visit to the Albastian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why this building is bilaterally symmetrical. Okay. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are still exactly the same. Even where the art is located the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja? Oh, yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babel's obsessively competitive spirit with the Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. This piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Oh, that's a sign I got a logic. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Alright, so... I think we first need to do maybe the bilateral symmetrical... Or maybe the renovations to prove that they changed? Nope, that was wrong. So, okay, maybe bilateral and chimneys? Damn. There we go. The Obsidian and Babalese sides of the buildings are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. Please. A secret passageway? In all best, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? Sounds like something out of a ninja house. Wow. There was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir? What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? And no, we're gonna get to it soon. There seems to be a lot about this room you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much of my work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And my first thought is it's likely the killer who used this revolving fireplace. Can I look at it now? It looks like just another fireplace though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again? In all the best, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace. Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Well, let's see what happens when I push it. Ah, you scared me, sir. There is something about the fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? But we found an X where you thought you'd be one, right? Nope, we gotta drag this out. We did, but that's not what I'm referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What is the contradiction? What's that? Something was burned here? Didn't that happen? Yeah. Yeah, there's no ashes here. So I'm gonna say that it's the ashes. That there's like wood. And not ash. Ambassador Palliano, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry. I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case. Take a good look at this fireplace, and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Palliano is lying, do you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... It sounds like we've pretty much figured out everything out now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know. There's really no need for you two to dance around the names of what I'm about to do. Yeah. Want to see the fireplace, please. No, let me push the button. If we push this X mark, the fireplace wall should turn. A revolving fireplace wall? That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and... No! I'll tell you later, detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. No! We're never gonna see this turning. So, maybe it's the revolving fireplace used in missing ashes? Like the revolving fireplace scattered them? The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polieno said that he spilled some Babalese ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Alright. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Kochen's killer. And after committing the fireplace, escaped through the after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Yes, turn it. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Yes, do it, Gumshoe, please. Just turn it. I'm also going to confirm this. I can't believe I never expected this. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Are we gonna hit it? Well, the person in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. No, we never got to see it. It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one, and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could have only been you that killed Mr. Kochen. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself? No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe? Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damask 2's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. We got 'em, boys. We're gonna see the fireplace. Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy. You could do it. Alright, now I'm gonna do this like a real man. Gumshoe MVP! Here I go, through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. Look at him go! Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too. There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea, you incompetent man. Yeah, you finally got your moment. He's going through. It would appear that the ash really was pushed over into the next room. Furthermore, the Babalese ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir. Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. We're gonna set a fire, and you're gonna have to rush. Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is, now we're short on time. So if you could please hurry on through. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. such as the Yatagarazu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to the embassies. Mr. Edgeworth. Uh-oh. Maybe you should get some sleep, that's late. I mean, it's 10:30 where I am, so not much better. A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. I think I am... my voice. I think I am gonna wrap this up soon. I'm just trying to see when they kind of have like a break. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said it's easy if you follow the leads. Oh, she's challenging him. Humph. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Woo! Then, all you have to do is show off your fancy, schmancy logical deductions. I have friends who go to college on the East Coast, so while normally I would be supportive, I must say, East Coast time zone isn't real. It's fake time. We have this discussion every time we have to, like, we have to schedule D&D. East Coast time zone, fake. Central time zone's the only one that's real. Show off. Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked, and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. You're in fake time. That's where you are. I have to stand by this. Okay? That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know. That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yeah, it looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective. Looks like you can use that fireplace as like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? Yeah, I'm okay. Just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. You see, the hem is practically turned black. Don't worry, I don't see it. Your coat looks like its normal green self. Yeah, well, got a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir. You wouldn't see that on Sheena, though, because her dress is black. I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. What? Oh no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but, you know, he hasn't cleaned that in 7 years, I bet. He's had that coat for 7 years, and it's never been cleaned. So, because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. Just kind of, like, zoomed out of frame. He is a good boy. The handwriting analysis on Mr. Kochen's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Naturalis, along with Agent Lang and